Hey, what's up everyone? I'm here in Williston. About to go in here. I'm at Mercy Medical Center and about to do the medical test, the physical exam for the job that I received. So I'll let you guys know what that entails. Hey, what's up everyone? I just wanted to give you an update. Today I went and did my physical, like I showed you on the sign over at Mercy Medical Center. Went over there and you had to do a bunch of different exercises. I just wanted to tell you guys what the exercises were so you could kind of be a little bit prepared. And if you don't work out, you should probably start before you come up here if you're going to get into one of these physically demanding jobs. They take, as soon as you get there, they do all the basic stuff, take your weight, blood pressure. Hopefully you guys can hear this all right because it's windy. I've had to retape this because I couldn't hear myself before. Anyways, they do your weight, blood pressure, heart rate, all the standard stuff. And then they take you into a room. They ask you all kinds of questions regarding pre-existing conditions, any prior operations or anything that you've had, before. So then they take you into another room and they pass you off to another person, and then they check your range of motion. They have you bend over, touch the floor while measuring the degree that you can bend on your back, side to side. They say most people can touch the ground. I couldn't do it, but my back's stiff from driving for the last couple days too. So you need to make sure you're very flexible. They're looking for a high range of motion to make sure that you can do the job, twisting, all different things they had you do. They also had you do a grip test. So they had this little machine type thing. You squeeze it and it registers on a caliper type deal what your grip is. So, and they had a scale or a piece of paper that showed what the normal for your specific age is, and if you're above average, below average, whatever. So then they take you over into another room. Well, it's just like the main open room. That's where they perform the physical exam, the physical test. The very first thing that they do is they have you pick up a box. They have it loaded with weights. So they're looking for proper technique on everything because they want to also make sure that you're not going to hurt yourself out on the job and cause your employer money, and you're going to be a liability to them if you just get hurt. So the first thing they have you do, they start off with about 25 pounds in there. Well, it is 25 pounds, a 25-pound plate. They have you put your legs spread out a little bit, bend over, grab the bottom. There's two handles cut into the bottom of the box, towards the bottom about an inch up. They have you grab it, lift straight up. So they ask you if that felt comfortable, if it was heavy for you or medium or whatever. They're also watching to see if you can actually do it. I mean, if you're struggling and you tell them it's light, they know you're full of it. Anyways, and then they work your way up. They don't tell you what your employer is requiring, or what they're looking for, the minimum. So you just got to do as much as you can possibly do. On that one, and then you don't know how much you're actually doing on some of them because they have bags that are duct taped, bags of sand or something. They're duct taped up, so you don't know. But when I got to a certain point, the guy said the box won't hold anymore, and at that point there's 3 25-pound plates in 2 of the bags. So my guess is each bag weighs 12.5 pounds or so, which would bring it to 100 pounds. So that would make sense if the box was rated for 100 pounds. So you do that until you can't do any more, or until you reach the 100-pound thing, and then they write off on that. So look, proper technique, keep your back straight, bend down, lift up. Then they have you do the exact same thing with the upper handle. That's about 12 to 15 inches up, bend down, lift up. So that's the second one. Third one is they take you over to a shelving system, and there's a box sitting on the shelf. You do it's basically the same thing, except you're just lifting it up. You lift it straight up, so like an upright row. That one obviously you're going to do a little bit less weight. Then the next thing is they have a box with a broom handle, like a stick going through it. It's about belly button high on me. They load it up, and then you have to do a shoulder press with it, pushing it straight up. So, and then they just keep adding more weight until you either say you've had enough or you reach that max, and then you're done at that point. Sorry, I have to keep going to my notes. I can't remember it all. Then they take you over. They have a sled that has some like rubber or plastic pads on the bottom of it. They load it up. I think there's 75 pounds on there. There's 2 handles. You push it about 10 feet that way, then you pull it back towards you. So that's it. It was real simple, not challenging at all. I don't know if maybe they ever loaded up with more than that, but after I did that one time, that was all I had to do. So, and it slid real easy because of the pads that they had it on. It wasn't challenging at all. Then they had you carry a weighted box. My guess is it was probably 40 or 50 pounds or something. Holding, you got to bend over, pick it up, carry it all the way down, about 30 feet down, turn around without twisting your back. They don't want to see that you're twisting either way. So just keep it close to your body, turn around and head back to where you started from. So that one wasn't too challenging either. They have you grab it from the bottom of the box instead of the upper ones. So then they take you over and have you do a cardiovascular exercise to check your cardio conditioning. Basically, it's just a step stool, a stepper, like for aerobics or whatever. You step up, and then up with your other foot, and then down. Just alternate up, down, like that. You do that for 3 minutes. You have to stay with the cadence of this little monitor that they have that's making a tone, and you got to keep that up. You do it for 3 minutes, and then when you're all done, they have you sit down for 1 minute, let your heart rate come down a little bit, and then they check your pulse. Then they take you outside of that office. They have you climb up a ladder, just 4 rungs of a ladder, and then back down. Then back up, back down. You do that 5 times, up and down, just to make sure that you're not restricted on your range of motion, on your knees or anything like that. And then the very last thing, they take you outside. They have a big, I guess is probably 20-foot long piece of pipe, and they have you, I'll try to demonstrate it for you. You got to bend down, and they give you a pair of gloves to do this because it is a big, like, rusty piece of pipe. You bend down, you grab the one end of it, bend down, lift it up, put it on your arms, then back up about 5 feet or so, and they have a shelf sitting here. You lift it up and set it on that shelf, and then you just let it sit there for a second, and he says, okay, come back, set it down, and do the same thing. It was pretty heavy. My guess is it was maybe 50 pounds or so, maybe more than that, I'm not sure. So I can imagine doing this all day long. You're going to be pretty exhausted by the end of the day, especially if you're putting in 14, 15-hour days. If you're not used to working out and doing any kind of heavy exertion, my recommendation is to definitely start hitting the gym, at least for a short period of time before you come up here so that you're prepared. There's another guy that was doing a more strenuous test than I was, and they had him doing squats. It looked like a lot of weight. I don't know how strong he was or how strong he wasn't, but he'd bend down and then have to lift it all the way up to his chest every time. And he was sweating, and he had to do that 10 times. Then they gave him about a minute rest. Then he had to go do it again, and I saw him do it 3 times. So he was having to work, and I don't know if that's right when I walked in. So I don't know what the rest of his test entailed, but either way, thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions regarding it, let me know, and talk to you soon.